The funeral service of veteran sports journalist and City Press news editor Sibusiso Mseleku is taking place at the Stellawood Chapel. Mseleku passed away on Monday of a COVID-related illness. He is expected to be cremated later, according to his wishes. I want to bring in Bongani Gema covering the funeral service for us. Bongani, a very good morning to you. What are you witnessing there?
Good morning, Blaine, to you, and good morning to our SABC viewers. Blaine, as you say in your intro, we are at the Stellawood Chapel where the funeral of our veteran sport journalist Sbusiso Mseleku, as you can see behind me, is currently underway. Blaine, Mr. Mseleku died, Blaine, on the 17th of August this month, on Monday, Blaine, of COVID-19 related illnesses. He was a very seasoned, Blaine, sport journalist. We heard that he worked in various publications, including Drum, including the and Blaine, we also heard that during the course of the week, we heard that he was amongst the first to actually use the term Bafana Bafana in relation to our national soccer team, Blaine. So you can really imagine, Blaine, the passion, the kind of passion that Mr. Mseleku had for sports, Blaine, because during the week also we heard that he was not just interested in soccer, Blaine. He knew a wide range about various sporting codes, athletics, Blaine, tennis, cricket, rugby. He was very passionate about boxing, Blaine. But to tell us more about the person that we are saying our final goodbyes to here today, I have his very close friend, Mr. Duma Ndlovu. I'll just bring him in, Blaine, to tell us more about Mr. Mseleku. Sir, good morning and thank you very much for your time. I can't begin to imagine what the family has been going through during this week. Can you just tell us the impact that Mr. Mseleku's passing has had on the family?
It's very hard to describe. A giant tree has fallen. Sbusiso, first of all, from a family point of view, he was a pillar of his family. We've just been listening to speaker after speaker telling us how important he was to his family. So you can imagine how shattered everybody has been. I'm part of his group of friends, but not only to us and to the family, but to just South Africa at large. And you must have seen the reactions throughout the week. Sbusiso was easily one of the best sports journalists that this country has ever had. And his death was very unexpected. And it is just traumatic.
Now, can you just touch on his career, on his journalism career, the kind of legacy that he leaves behind? I mean, during the week we heard some amazing stories about him and the impact that he had on the journalism fraternity. Just touch on us the legacy that he leaves behind.
Sadly, it would seem as though it's becoming an end of an era. Sbusiso is one of those journalists, came out late 80s or early 90s, but who created or continued on the tradition of the old journalists. We don't see that kind of journalism anymore. So the legacy that he leaves is under threat unless some young journalists decide to take up the reins and continue with it. And I'm saying that it is very difficult because it was not only sports journalism, but it was also feature writing and investigative journalism and critical journalism. Today we are faced with what is called yellow journalism, where journalists sometimes look like they're just scratching on the surface. He was not that kind. So we hope that young people, young journalists will come in and continue in that tradition, and we pray that that legacy stays.
Indeed, we pray as well. Can you just now tell us, as the funeral is underway, what other processions are in place? We understand that it's going to be cremated later on today?
Yes, one of the reasons why the service is here, the crematorium, is because after this, he's going to be cremated and everybody's going to stay here because of the strict observance of COVID-19 protocols, and whatever refreshments are going to happen here. As you can see, it's a very small gathering of people and everybody is very mindful of the ravages of corona and COVID-19.
Mr. Duma Ndlovu, thank you very much for your time, sir. Blaine, there you have it, Blaine. We took Mr. Duma Ndlovu out of that service, Blaine, so we're just going to let him go back there, Blaine. I must also, Blaine, mention that Mr. Mseleku is going to be survived by his mother, his siblings, his children and grandchildren, Blaine. We are going to be here, Blaine, to listen to what else is going to be said about this amazing person, Blaine, Mr. Sbusiso Mseleku. But for now, let's just bring it back to you in studio.
All right, Bongani, thank you very much.